Hello guys, Namaste from Pokhara, and today I am going to talk about the Marpha village, which is located in the Mustang district. It is located in Dhaulagiri zone of northern Nepal. At the time of 1991 Nepal census, it had a population of 1630 people living in 434 individual households. It's taking for the village of Marpha. It is a part of the trekking industry and has a nearby Tibetan refugee camp. Tibetans from the camp works in the village, supporting the tourist and trekking service sector. It is a scenic locations and apples are an important crop for the area. Formerly, Marpha was a village development committee (VDC), which were local level administrative units. In 2017, the government of Nepal restructured local governments in line with 2015 constitutions, and BDCs were discontinued. Talking about the sites in the Marpha village, Marpha is a pretty stone-lined village which has survived the transitions to the current time by catering to trekkers and tourists. The village is a common overnight halt on the Annapurna circuit, less crowded and tourist touristy than Jomsons to the north. The name itself reflects the Mar meaning hard working and Pha meaning people. Tourism and mule learning rearing are the means of survival of the people of this place. Although it has an original safe water drinking stations, it now also sports numerous guest houses and small hotels. The village is the apple capital in the nations with Marfa brandy and jams produced from local fruits. Dominating the village is the Ningma monastery, from which there are good views of the village and the Gandaki river valley. Above the monastery is a curtain painted onto the cliff face and a number of small stones curtains on the ledges below. Legend says that the villagers became affiliated with leprosy and all attempts to control it had failed. A local monk originally from Tukuje, south of Marfa, advised the villagers to build the cordon and hold religious rituals at the site. Since the time the leprosy stopped and the Marfa flourished once more. On the southern outskirts of Marfa, on the opposite bank of the Gandaki River, is a Tibetan refugee camp and Chairo Gompa, the first Nyingma monastery to be established in Mustang district. Many of the souvenir shops in Marfa are run by residents of the Tibetan refugee camp. Far besides talking about the climate conditions of the Marfa, Marfa has a cold semi-arid climate with cold, dry winters and mild, slightly wet summers. And the gallery around the Marfa village is so much attractive, and the tourists are visiting day by day. The more than the thousands and the millions of tourists are visiting in the Marfa. As we talk, the village is much more aesthetic, beautiful, and it is also the most powerful the tourist visits from the previous age of era. The elevations of the Marfa is 2566 meter, 8419 feet, and Marpha is a picturesque village in the Mustang district of Nepal. It is also located at an altitude of 2650 meter in the Kaligandaki valley of the lower Mustang region. The village is a tourist hub spot. Two words, Mar meaning hardworking and Fa meaning people, combined to form the word Marpha. So we can say that Marpha is the people, the group of the hardworking people living in the Himalayas region. Marpha is one of the rare places where heritage and modernity coexist beautifully. While the tourism boom has brought modern amenities to the village, the locals have worked enthusiastically to preserve their culture and heritage. The livelihood of the people depends upon tourism and mule rearing. The old Marfa apple is famous all over the country. Various brandy and jams use these apples as their main ingredients. You will get presented with strong brandy and sweet apple pie upon your arrival at Marfa. The cobblestone alleyways and the flat roof houses add to the quaint atmosphere of the place. Read further as well as there are basically two ways to go to Marfa. One is by domestic flight and the other is by road. The flight from Pokhara to Jomsom takes about half an hour, and then you will have to walk to Marfa, which takes another half an hour. You can also hire a jeep or taxi. If you are feeling adventurous, you can also try out the local jeeps and four-wheelers that move along the dusty treacherous roads. Marfa lies among the trail of the famous Annapurna circuit, and you stay overnight and acclimatize. If you trek to Marfa, it will take you at least 4 days to reach Marfa from Beni by foot. Where to stay in the Marfa? Marfa has seen a tourism boom as of late. So you can find many lodges, guest houses, accommodations, and even small hotels around the are offering great food and accommodations. There is some homestay available too that provides you with a unique lived-in experience of the flesh. The facilities are basic with a room, bed, and a Fuji blanket. Some high-end stays do offer the luxury of a hot shower and Wi-Fi, but you will need to pay extra bucks. Overall, the accommodations are satisfactory and reasonable when you consider the cost. What things you need to do in the Marfa? Visit the horticulture apple farm as well as take a tour of the distillery, pay a pilgrimage to the monastery and Delhi Puja workshops, explore the culture museum as a unique museum dedicated to Japanese and Zen monk Ekai Kawanguchi. Visit the Marfa Foundations. The Marfa Foundation started by Jessica Kane and take a side trip to Marfa. You can take a side trip to Marfa Hill. There is an old Hamamati cave and delicious of Marfa Thakali meal, Khana sets, especially and give chia. You can also take a Thakali recipe.